Okay, on this particular one, we're looking at dividing these complex numbers. And the important part to remember on these is that we cannot have the complex portion in the denominator at all. Okay, so we've got to get rid of this I, basically. So we need to figure out what we can multiply this one by in order to eliminate this I completely. Then we have a tool that we can use that will help us do that. We multiply the top and bottom by the complex conjugate. And what that basically is we take our denominator, whatever's on the bottom here, and we multiply it. It's almost the exact same thing, except we change this sign. Whatever this sign is, if it's addition, we change it to subtraction. If it's subtraction, then we change it to addition. So let's work on that now. So I'm going to multiply both top and bottom by negative 2 minus 3i. Okay, top and bottom, negative 2 minus 3i. Okay, so we can do that now. We'll look at this one. 7 times negative 2 would yield me negative 14i. Okay, 7i times negative 3 would be negative 21i squared. We'll leave that alone just for a moment. Okay, now let's look at the denominator portion. Okay, so we've got essentially negative 2 plus 3i times negative 2 minus 3i. Okay, we can multiply these out. So I take my negative 2 times my negative 2. That will yield me a positive 4. Okay, then I take my negative 2 times negative 3i would yield me positive 6i. Okay, now then, I take my 3i here, multiply that by my negative 2, that would give me a negative 6i. And I can take my 3i here and multiply it by negative 3i. That would give me a negative 9i squared. Okay, now we look at this one here, and I see that these two middle terms here can be combined. And when you combine those two middle terms, 6i, excuse me, minus 6i is 0. So that worked out really nice for us. So we've got 4 minus 9i squared. Well, we know that I squared is negative 1. So now I can rewrite that. 4 minus 9 times negative 1, which would yield us to see positive 9. So 4 plus 9. 4 plus 9 would give us 13. So now I know all of that basically, all of this area that we just did right here was to yield us an answer of 13. So this 13 is going to be what's going to be on the denominator. So I'll go ahead and write that in right now. 13. Okay, so now we just have to simplify what's on top here. The only thing that we're really concerned about is this I squared. I squared we know is equal to negative 1. So I'm going to rewrite this one right here, except I'm going to replace negative 1 instead of I squared. So I'm going to go negative 14i minus 21. Okay, and instead of writing I squared, this is where I write my negative 1 times negative 1 all over 13. Okay, well, negative 21 minus 1 is going to yield me an answer of positive 21. Okay, so we'll do that. So that's negative 14i plus 21 all over 13. Okay, and remember when we write these that the number itself has to come before the complex portion. So we just need to rewrite it as all 21 minus 14i all over 13. And that is going to be your answer there. 21 minus 14i all over 13.